2017, The Final Preparation of the Kings and Priests, Chapter 21, In a Moment of Time. In this word, we're going to delve further into the realm of illusion and the realm of reality. It's a very interesting topic because as his sons come forth during this time, they will find themselves living in two worlds at the same time. You may not be aware of it yet, but you're living in two worlds, the world of the spirit and the natural plane. And as such, your life is being affected by both levels at the same time. For most people, this could sound way outside the box and perhaps difficult to accept, or perhaps seem too much of a New Age type of thing. But we know that we are a spirit, a soul, and a body. And as such, we know our spirits have been made alive and that God has promised and spoken that He will save us to the uttermost, spirit, soul, and body. We have spoken many times about the functioning of our spirit as it goes about to do the Father's bidding and how much our spirit is involved in the warfare. So this is something that you'll have to understand more and more, whether or not you're aware of it, for you are living in two worlds at the same time. We're going to talk a little bit more about illusion. A number of years ago, the word came in vision from the Lord that we're pushing up against the realm of illusion. And as we continue to walk before Him daily, that we will be pushing against the realm of illusion until it gives way. Perhaps at times we may question why we feel so drained at the end of a day, or why our physical bodies seem to be challenged at times to stay up with the intensity of what our involvement is. Just realize that God is delivering the sons out of the realm of darkness and into the realm of His light. This is in transition as our maturing comes to a completion, and we definitely are experiencing the energy of this transition. When God speaks the word, it is done. But there's a process which follows to see that word fully manifested in the flesh. God is bringing you through the eye of the needle, where you begin to truly manifest the completed reality of the word. As such, we have been in the process of being delivered out of the realm of darkness and into the realm of light. You might say we're in the process of being delivered out of the realm of illusion and into the realm of truth. It's the same thing. Illusion can be very slippery because illusion is both that which the spirit realm can create and present to you, like the manipulation of events in your life, but illusion is also a function of the mind. So it becomes very interesting or challenging to dissect between that which is being projected at you from the satanic world and that which is within your own personal makeup and your mind. We've not understood how powerful the mind is and how it can be swayed and given over to illusion until you begin to really believe the illusion that has been framed within the thinking of your mind. It's a very deep subject, and God has been delivering us progressively out of the realm of illusion. The best way to visualize this, if you want to take a moment and visualize with me, would be to personify this spirit of illusion. For example, when we speak of death, it says, "O death, where's your sting? O death, where's your victory?" It speaks about how we overcome death. Death is not a nebulous entity. Death is an entity, a person, if you will. Illusion is not something that is esoteric. Illusion is an entity, a person, if we want to use that as an example. And the warfare that you face every day is a level of resistance that pushes back against this spirit of illusion, not taking it on as your reality. As you continue to pave your way into the kingdom, you're resisting illusion every step of the way. Illusion is resisting you, but you are overcoming illusion one step at a time. Or like we referenced in a recent word, the kingdom, one level at a time. So you're in a battle constantly. The minute you cease to accept the illusion as your reality is the very moment that the illusion ceases to have any power over you. It may not seem that way because you've lived with it and you've perhaps grown accustomed to living a life of intensity and you haven't really understood exactly what is happening to you. But you are definitely pushing back against the realm of illusion every day. I don't know how much we really understand that this is what we're doing. It's like spiritual isometrics. Every day we push against the illusion that is pushing against us, saying, this is how things are. This is the way they are. The appearance may seem to be a reality, causing your emotions to run wild, but you must be careful. If you acquiesce to the lie, then you've given it power. You take away its power by ceasing to believe in it. It's that simple. The alternate religions out there call this realm the realm of Maya. They know that such a thing exists, so even the children of darkness are aware of these things. We know that Satan is the master manipulator within this realm, and sometimes we just need to remind ourselves that what we see is not what is. What you see is an illusion, and unless you see by the Spirit, you're not really able to see the truth. The illusion you face may paint a picture that nothing can change, that the roadblocks are just too daunting. However, everything is changing as the sons continue to experience the renewal of the mind and the capacity to see the truth as it really is. A breakthrough can happen in a moment of time. In the book of 2 Kings, there's a classic experience that happened. If you remember the story about the armies besieging the king in 2 Kings 7, Elisha went and spoke to the king and said, "Here's the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord, tomorrow about this time shall a measure of flour be sold for a shekel, and 2 measures of barley for a shekel in the gates of Samaria." And the Lord, whose hand the king leaned on, answered the man of God and said, "Behold, if the Lord would make windows in heaven, might this thing be?" Elisha said, "Behold, you shall see it with your eyes, but you'll not partake of it." 2 Kings 7, 1 and 2. We have the inner challenges that we face, where our mind and our paradigm says, it's taken too long. How can it happen overnight? How can God bring forth the kingdom in a day? Because we're so caught up into what seems to be a process. However, Isaiah 66 presents a different picture. Behold, can a nation be born in a day? Everything can change in a moment of time. The word came several years ago and the Lord used the phrase, "In the zing of a moment, things will change." He said, "You will hit a wall and you'll be as far as you can go, but I will reach down and grab you by the nape of the neck and pull you over that wall." The wall the Lord is going to pull the sons over is not a wall that is made of concrete. It is a wall that exists within our minds, and He will pull us over it and bring us into our inheritance. So many of the limitations that we have, if not all of them, are those which we still carry as baggage from this age, walls that don't exist except within our mind. We have spoken about the power of the mind to create both the positive and the negative. And as we come into the deep renewing of the mind, we will be able to link up with the truth and literally bring the truth into being. It's a similar situation that we face right now. We're getting rid of the subliminal programming that we've had deep within our mind that has said that this is going to take a process, a very long time. And that is not the truth. When the Lord began to speak about resurrection life, He said, visualize it, imagine it, picture it within your mind. This is the first step to really grabbing a reality that is here and bringing it into being. We have been given a great charge from the Lord. the charge to bring forth sonship, to break the tape, to enter into resurrection life, to open the door for many to follow. And we know it's not going to happen by virtue of a rapture. The rapture mentality is such a religious anchor in so many people because they're looking for God to do something. You know, at some point God is going to throw you a line and deliver you. Or the ship is sinking and at some point He's going to throw a line out and you're going to grab it and save. Even those who are called to sonship and have left the rapture teaching can still be very prone to a rapture mentality. We're not looking for God to pull us out of the tribulation, but we're looking for the Lord to pull us into what He's prepared for each. And He's going to do just that, but we would be missing it if we did not realize that this is something that we must do in concert with Him. This is why the Lord said to begin to visualize the change, begin to picture it in your mind, begin to see it here, begin to relate to yourself as having resurrection life. I believe that the Lord is reaching down to us while we are simultaneously reaching up to Him to grab a hand, but it's a two-way street. There is that which we are doing aggressively on our end, and then the Lord reaches down and helps complete that work. But He's requiring the sons to reach in and to see it and to embrace it, to visualize it, if you will. It is the act of doing that begins to reprogram your mind. Resurrection life is not in the future. It's here right now. And in a moment of time, it can be completed. How is the breakthrough going to happen? We're not certain. But I know that we're in the upper room. I know that we're waiting before Him. But we also know to a degree what it is He's bringing. And to that degree, we begin to visualize it. We begin to picture it. We begin to meditate upon it like Joshua did. The rest is up to the Lord. He'll bring us into it. But I know that we reach up into Him for it. We can't cease to forget that we are living in a state of pushing against the illusion of this world. And we're going to break through it with a mighty shout and the twinkling of an eye. We don't war against flesh and blood. We know that. We war against principalities, powers, thrones, and dominions of this vast darkness that we exist in. And progressively we are identifying them one after another. Delay comes to an end with the exposing and subsequent judgment upon the spirit of illusion.